In my quest to be a me brawler main, I wanted to play all of the other good specials, and my first week was with Helicopter Kick, and I wanted to give my review on the move as it has been a week, and I wanted to talk about my experiences with the move, as well as what I think about that versus Thrupper versus SAK, which is bad, and I just wanted to talk about a video while I'm kind of just messing around in training room. Sound good? For full transparency, I was mostly trying to run these sets of like the moves that I would use normally, which is shot put, burning dropkick, thrupper, and then feint jump, and just switching whatever the one I'm switching is. So I was still mostly running shot put and BDK because I didn't want to make a ton of differences in the stuff that I was doing, so that way I could give a real honest kind of reaction. And my reaction is heli kick is really, really good. I still don't think it is as good as thrupper, but it is incredible in a variety of matchups. So I want to kind of break down what matchups I like it in and what matchups I kind of don't. First off, I feel like it is generally going to be strong in every matchup just because like the kill potential of it is insane. You can die so early to like random hits that will not kill with thrupper. Obviously near the ledge is the big one, right? I don't exactly know what percent these things start to like true combo. I know like this combos sometimes, just like up tilt, up air, and then you do that. Like random hits kill super early in ways that thrupper ordinarily wouldn't, which is really, really good because obviously ending stocks early is really nice. There are a lot of there's a lot of kill confirms off of like a variety of percent. Obviously landing up air becomes like incredibly lethal at basically all percents if you are anywhere near the ledge. Whether it's like one up air or double up air, you can also go for easy SD kills. You can also kind of control where you're going to go with your up B. So like in the case where they DI out here, you can always like pull back just a little bit, especially at the higher percents. You can pull back to make sure that you're still going to survive, right? I'm trying to just get the DI out for the harder up air. You can just hold in and then hold out like that, and you still kind of get the early kill there, which is really, really nice. And yeah, so I feel like there's just a variety of kill confirms. You have like weak nair into dash up B, which again at the ledge is really, really good. You can also hit landing up air into weak nair into up B or into like other up airs and stuff, and I kind of labbed those combos out, which is something you can do as thrupper as well. It's just not going to be as consistent or like, you know, not necessarily as useful because the nairs might lead away from platforms as opposed to towards platforms, which is what you want for heli kick obviously, but if they go to platforms then that would be good for thrupper. You know, so it's kind of just like it just depends on the positioning, but I feel like there's just a lot of positions which are really good for this because also you have to remember that at the same time of like all these different combos, you do have the ability to, even if this doesn't kill, you still have the ability to ledge trap. Obviously the random picked rob, which isn't going to be the most accurate in terms of killing. Did I accidentally turn? Yeah, I did accidentally turn fixed damage on. I was like, why is the knockback so weird? But like you have the ability to just get a bunch of different hits that are like really, really useful and do lead to early kills. You know, I definitely, as I said, I do think that thrupper is still better, but not by much. I think it's just like a consistency thing, kind of like why vertical kill throws are better than horizontal kill throws. Like the best vertical kill throw is always going to be better than the best horizontal kill throw, just because you have the ability to know when you're going to get kills as opposed to, oh, if I'm getting hits really far off the stage or like, oh, not around platforms, it can be a little difficult to get the hits I want when I have a horizontal thing as opposed to vertical where it's like, hey, you're just going to get a kill, like thrupper is dead there like very easily. I feel like that's going to be a combo if I just do that right. Granted, you can always just go to platform. But yeah, I do feel like, you know, one of the aspects that is really good for Brawler, there we go, one of the aspects that's very good for Brawler in terms of why to use heli kick is I think that Brawler's ledge trapping is very good, right? It's very strong for ledge trapping. You have a lot of good ledge trapping tools because you have obviously like things like nair and back air, forward throw at higher percent. You have nair BDK if you're running it, which is always going to be nice because you get a lot of early kills there. And again, even if Heli Kick doesn't kill, which obviously that one's going to, but even if it doesn't kill and you're getting like some really, really low percent, just like random like up air, up B, and it doesn't kill, then you still have the ability to ledge trap, which brings me to the point of like matchups that Thrupper is exclusively better, which in my opinion is matchups where people can just recover high. Matchups like Rob, matchups like Kazuya, matchups that like aren't going to go to ledge consistently. They always have a way to just recover high, and you really want to be able to threaten them with Thrupper when you are just like, you know, at a really high spot, and you don't want them to be able to just like avoid your scary nature, because obviously when you don't have Thrupper, your vertical kill potential is a little bit worse. Obviously you can run Flashing Mach Punch to kind of fix that, but at the same time Flashing Mach Punch is more like an air dodge read. It's not like a, hey, I'm forcing you to air dodge, like because you're scared of the up B. Like if someone's recovering high and you jump at them as Brawler and you have Thrupper, there's a 50-50 of just like, if they don't air dodge, you might just Thrupper unreactably because it's super fast and get really early kills, so they have to preemptively air dodge, and they can kind of just like fall and hit them for it, or like falling up air them as they kind of try to land high. Whereas with Heli Kick and even with Flashing Mach Punch, you don't really have that. Like you can put yourself in good positions with Flashing Mach Punch, but it's not quite the same thing as Thrupper, which is why I feel like it is just really important in a lot of matchups to have Thrupper just in general. Of course, the grabs are less scary on platforms, but it just changes the stages that Brawler is good on, because, you know, so, I mean, the platforms are good for Heli Kick as well, but obviously they are like ridiculous they're ridiculous for Thrupper just in how they work. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I've really enjoyed Heli Kick. I've used it a bit before, and I knew it was like better than I thought it was, because I was playing it in friendlies a lot at Supernova, which probably was not a good idea because it, you know, prevented me from practicing Thrupper, and then I ended up having to play Icy Mist Samus, who I wanted to go Heli Kick. Or sorry, I wanted to go Brawler in, but then I had only been practicing Heli Kick, so I went Heli Kick, and I didn't practice it enough to, you know, get the actual good stuff, and I actually SD'd with Heli Kick in that game, which was unfortunate, and I didn't even get the kill off of it, so, you know, definitely shouldn't have done that then, but that's okay. We live and we learn. Shoutouts to the Sonic 3 movie. Haven't seen it. Are y'all gonna see it? Let me know down in the comments down below. But either way, I do find that Heli Kick is really good. It's a different type of brain for it. Like, I feel like if you are used to playing Mii Brawler with Thrupper, it's going to be a little bit of a different change if that's like the only character you play. But I do feel like it is very good, and I'm very happy I did this little experiment, because even though I will still probably be using Thrupper for the most part in most matchups, I do feel like it has, first off, like made me want to lab these things, which granted, that was also someone in my chat saying like, hey, when you use Heli Kick, these are particularly good, but it's just good in general, and it gives me more of an appreciation for just like landing up air in general and how absurdly broken it is, and I knew that, but like I didn't realize how broken it was, which is really, really important, so I'll be able to do these type of combos even when I play Thrupper for sure, because like similar things still work, you just have to then go to platform. Oh my god, it even works on DI in there, that's crazy. But yeah, just like a lot of crazy combos that definitely haven't been labbed out by me, and I don't know enough Brawler players that play Heli Kick that would lab these out. I know probably the most notorious one, or I guess notorious is the wrong word, but the one I think that does it the most is Luminato. Like, I know there's a lot of Mii Brawler players in Japan that run Heli Kick because it's just like more used to how people are playing. Like, again, it's a very strong ledge trapping thing, and it's not like get the kill simulator like Thrupper Brawler is, which again, in my opinion, get the kill simulator is very good, because why wouldn't you try to get the kill? But I definitely think it is definitely a difference, which I can understand why people wouldn't want to just play Thrupper if they are like also otherwise a fundamentally sound player that's just like, yeah, I just want to like get people to the ledge and ledge trap, and then of course like the random cheese of just like, oops, I got a down tilt. Like, you can still get a lot of good positions. Like, if someone neutral get ups at 50, at like 52 per, like, you know, like some ridiculously early percent, you can just like be like, oh, well, you neutral get up, cool. Whoops, maybe not that percent. They're at 54, they're DIing in. So like, obviously Brawler is like a very solid character when it comes to general game plans, right? Like, he has good normals, he has great falling aerials, he has good rising aerials, and he just then has the ability to cheese people, which is very, very strong, right? And I think that is still the case with heli kick, it's just going to be like I feel like maybe it's more cheese and less consistent kills, but then the kills you get are like ridiculously early from positions that people that have brawler experience against Thrupper aren't necessarily going to be ready for. Again, I do think it isn't the best in all situations. Like, I definitely played a 1st to 5 with Abe Zura's Kazuya as heli kick, and I got like super demolished because he just kept recovering high, and it was really, really difficult to actually get those early kills because of electric. Whereas if you have Thrupper, you have the out of shield, you have the ability to punish the opponent going high. So there's some good stuff in both. I would definitely rate it probably like an 8.5 out of 10. If Thrupper is like a 10 out of 10, I'd probably rate heli kick like an 8.5 or like an 8.8 or something out of 10, which is still very, very high. And I very much enjoyed my time playing with this move. I feel like if I didn't already lab out all the Thrupper stuff and I didn't know how broken it was, I'd be like, this one's better for sure. This one, you know, also pardon the shirt, I'm wearing a slightly green shirt, so the green screen is kind of unhappy with it. But yeah, I do think that this stuff is just ridiculous. I do think that it's very, very strong, and I'm happy I did it. Again, am I going to be using this in general? Probably not. I will probably use still Thrupper for the most part, just because I know how broken it is. But you know, there's definitely times that like if I feel like I'm not getting enough off of my Thruppers, then like maybe in that case, like if I feel like someone's like not getting hit by the combos, or like there's specific matchups that I think that heli kick would be better against characters that like struggle to recover, or again characters that I want to like push to the ledge consistently, where I can just like out of shield them randomly at like 50 and be like, I don't care that this isn't gonna kill, go to ledge, and then I just play a ledge trap game from there. Maybe characters like Roy and Crom, something like that. So, you know, and there's still like a bunch of really good stuff with this move. It's just not going to be as generally broken as Thrupper is, because Thrupper is one of the best up Bs, especially offensively in the game. So, I'm just trying something out. Ooh, I wonder if you can do the nair off of the... Bro, the combo was crazy. Let's go. And like, that's just the type of stuff. I mean, again, this would have definitely killed with Thrupper because you just kind of do the same thing, but then get the vertical kill. Maybe not on Battlefield specifically. But yeah, like, I feel like obviously Town is really good for heli kick. I think that Smashville and PS2 are good for heli kick as well. Obviously, PS2 is a bit better for Thrupper for sure. And then, you know, I just feel like maybe it's better on Kalos as well. Like, I know there's big side blast zones, but you can get a lot of like, oh, I hit the platform at the edge. And then it just like kills people, which is really, really interesting. But yeah, I do feel like overall, I'm very happy I use this move. Maybe I will throw it into my rotation in specific matchups or against specific people that I know are like weak to edge trapping, or matchups that it's just like, hey, I'm gonna edge trap you, and then I'm just like, that's where you get most of your damage. Like, they're characters that are really hard to juggle, again, like Rob, or like, I mean, granted, you can't really put Rob on platform intentionally just because that's how the character functions. You can just do that, which is crazy. But yeah, I definitely think that overall this move was very, very good. I'm glad I did it, which I know I kind of said before. You know, I'm sure there's so much more that this uppy can do. I'm honestly sure that there's so much more that Thrupper can do as well, because like Brawlers, it's crazy because so many people play Brawler, but people play Brawler for like the obviously good stuff and don't really get into the nitty gritty of the character, because obviously like it's difficult, and you know, people would rather do like the simple thing that works. And then if it doesn't work, they're like, well, I can just get better at like finding the hit, or I can get better at neutral. And they haven't really labbed. I mean, there was a reason that like I was one of the players that like labbed all the like super consistent like fair nairs and double nairs, and I was the one that like at least put together all that stuff. Whether or not people knew about that, it's hard to know. But you know, I definitely enjoy labbing this character a lot. And yeah, after this, it will be the week of Suplex, which I feel like for me is going to be the hardest week, because I love BDK, I love how it works in neutral, and I feel like me having to go to a different side B is going to be very, very difficult, and probably going to be the one that makes the least sense to me. So if I did bad, that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to be actually entering a tournament tonight with Suplex, so I'm probably going to be still using I'm going to be using Shot Put, and I will be going back to Thrupper, so it will be probably Shot Put, Suplex, Thrupper, and then Feint Jump, just for reference, but I will be entering a tournament tonight, so you should join. I mean, it starts at 5 p.m. Eastern, so, you know, I hope you all come and enjoy the video as I do my week of Suplex, because that's what I'm going to be doing, and then after that it's Flashing Mach Punch, and then I'll figure out what I want to do from there in terms of what moves I want to use. I can't hit it anymore. What happened? There we go. Yippee! I just had to comment on it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, social media and partner stuff is down below. Let me know what else you want to see, and I will see you all. Oh, I'm also working on the top 10 video of like who I think the top 10 are this year. So, or you know, the second half of the year. So I'll see you all next time. Peace.